Well, first Gia copped a barrage of calls and messages, but the single mum says that soon escalated to something much worse. Men knocking on her door at all hours after her address and phone number were posted online by a creep.
After dark on a Friday night, the first stranger appears at 7 p.m, followed quickly by a second man. 3 hours later, another unwanted visitor. Inside, a terrified single mum who claims this is the ultimate act of betrayal and revenge.
You feel the shame, you feel violated, your trust has been broken.
These strangers are looking for a good time. Their target is Gia Freno.
He had made a profile, a fake profile. He had made a fake group where he was posting images.
He is Gia's ex.
Facebook was the first platform, and then as I'm trying to get things taken down, more would come up and then it would start moving along to other profiles.
What happened to Gia is humiliating. It's degrading, and she wants the world to know it's not okay.
Regardless of how broken I may be, I will not stop until I get justice.
How would you describe this man?
Extremely narcissistic, does not comprehend that he is not the victim. Everything that is happening to me is my own fault for not wanting to continue a relationship with this man.
They dated for almost 18 months after meeting online. But when they broke up, Gia claims the internet became his weapon of revenge. First, she was tormented with a barrage of phone calls and messages.
They were extremely aggressive and personal to me. They were threats either to myself, my family, even my dog.
But Gia alleges the bitter ex didn't stop at stalking. Next, these ads selling Gia as a prostitute.
I'm getting phone call after phone call, then text messages, and because at that stage, through all the different abuse, I wasn't answering any phone calls that I didn't know who the person was. So that would either go to voicemail, and then I'd listen to the voicemail and realise what was happening.
What did the voicemail say?
Wanting to know my availabilities, my services, the costs for the various services.
It turned even more sinister when he shared Gia's home address online, luring men to her doorstep.
He sent me an email and text messages saying, have a great night, lots of bookings, getting lots of requests. I managed to get it taken down, but already 5 different people had come to the house.
But there was nothing Gia could do to stop intimate videos being posted on the internet. She says she didn't even know she had been recorded.
Oh my God.
That's one of them.
Gosh.
Instagram posts, messages, fake. They're all the different platforms.
He was relentless, wasn't he?
I was contacted on, so Twitter, Reddit, TikTok, LinkedIn, Lakanto, Vimeo, Tumblr.
Gia, what are you thinking when all of this stuff is just being spread all over the internet?
And this is just what I found. So I know there's more out there.
Gia went to police, who took out an apprehended domestic violence order, but says it did nothing to protect her.
I've even had a police officer say to me that piece of paper's worth nothing.
She claims police had no compassion and didn't take her reports seriously.
I mean, unlike a lot of victims, you went in there armed with your evidence.
Every time you'd go, you would have things like, so, are you sure, like with an intimate image, are you sure that's you? And I'd be like, yes, I think I know what my vagina looks like. I mean, you're getting the most ridiculous questions. How are women supposed to feel when they go to the police to give a report and that's what you're met with?
She says the revenge attacks went on for another 4 months. 726 phone calls, 417 Facebook messages, 107 posts, 23 fake social media accounts. Finally, police arrested and charged her ex.
Couldn't actually believe it. From having to fight so long, I couldn't believe that it had happened.
And it's only stopped because he's went to jail.
Yeah, like the last message was about an hour before they got him, and the police officer says, I just saw his phone and I can't believe what you've had to deal with.
It would have been a real moment to stop receiving that abuse.
It was. I did have this weight off my shoulder for a moment, and I was like, whew, okay, now I can just concentrate on getting justice.
The man has so far pleaded guilty to stalking Gia and damaging her property. He faces a further 60 charges and will be sentenced next month.
I fear that he's sitting there scheming to what he can do next.
Technology-facilitated abuse is experienced by more than 1 in 5 Australians.
E-Safety Commissioner Julie Inman-Grant.
We know that in 99% of cases, perpetrators will use technology to further surveil, coerce, control, and abuse their current or former partners.
Julie says her team can remove an image posted online in as little as 12 minutes and has powers to wipe a perpetrator's phone.
Sometimes you can play a game of whack-a-mole or whack-a-troll. If you have a really determined perpetrator, they can go from platform to platform. It's really important for victim survivors when they've experienced image-based abuse. They collect the evidence, including the URL where they may have found or the social media site that they may have found it.
When this man is sentenced, how do you think you're going to feel?
I'm hoping I feel a little bit relieved and hoping that I have a moment of peace.
You want peace?
I'd love a bit of peace. Just to feel relaxed, even if it's a couple of months.
That poor woman, I can't imagine the distress she must have felt. And we asked New South Wales Police for a comment. The answer was no, as they're still investigating and it's before the courts.